Our objective for today is I can add two-digit numbers with regrouping, with branching, and right to left. So today we're going to practice two of the strategies. Let's start with this first one. And this first one, let's just watch. It's 8 plus 35. So to start, we are going to build our add-ins for branching. So my first add-in is 8. And I know that that is 8 ones, and there aren't any 10s. Next, I'm going to build 35. I know that 35 is 3 10s, which is 30, and 5 ones. Now I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to set up my problem for right to left. So when I set up my problem for right to left, the most important thing is to line up your ones with your ones and your 10s with your 10s. So remember, I like to take my notebook paper and turn it sideways. That way I can keep everything nice in line. So I'm going to set it up as 8 plus 35. Now for the next step, let's come back over here to branching. And my first step is to add my ones. So I'm going to add 8 plus 5, which I know is 13. But can I have 13 ones? I can't. So I have to take my 10 and I move my 10 over to my 10s place. So now in my ones, I'm just left with my 3 because my 1 comes over into the 10s place because it wasn't a 1, it was actually a 10. So let's come over to right to left and let's watch that step. So now I'm going to add my ones, 8 plus 5. Remember, when I add my ones, I'm going to write that answer on this first line. So my ones is going to go right here. 8 plus 5 equals 13. So I write my 13. And notice how even with branching, I'm left with a 3 in the ones and my 10 in the 10s. Same here, I'm left with my 3 in the ones, and this 10 is actually over here in the 10s column. Let's come back over to branching to do the next step, which would be to add together my 10s. So I have my 1 10 up here, my 3 10s down here. 3 plus 1 is 4, but it's 4 10s, so it is 40. Now let's come back over here and let's add my 10s over here. When I'm looking at my 10s, I don't have any from my first add-in, and I have 3 from my second add-in. So 0 plus 3, 0 plus 30. I'm going to write it right underneath my ones. It is 30. So now my next step from right to left is I need to add together my ones and my 10s. So when I add those together, 3 plus 0 is 3. 1 plus 3 is 4, so my answer is 43. Same over here. Remember, it just looks like it's in expanded form. 40 plus 3, because I already took this 10 away. 40 plus 3 is 43. So I want you to see the similarities between branching and right to left. Let's move on to our next one. The next one we're going to do is 56 plus 39. So again, let's build our first add-in. We're going to start with branching. I have my 5 10s and my 6 ones. Now my second add-in is 39, 3 10s, 9 ones. Now let's set up my problem over here for right to left. Remember, keep your ones in line and your 10s in line. Okay, let's come back over here to branching. And we are going to add our ones. If I'm adding 6 plus 9, what would be the sum of 6 plus 9? Did you get 15? All right, so I'm going to write my 15 in my ones. But wait a minute, we can't do that, can we? So we need to regroup. I'm going to take my 10 and move it over to the 10s. Now let's come over here and let's do our step with our ones. Again, I'm going to add my 6 plus 9, and we already said, what is 6 plus 9? It equals 15, so let's go ahead and write it on our first line. Notice how my 5 stays in the ones, my 5 stays in the ones, my 1, 10 goes in the tens, my 1, 10 goes in the tens. All right, our next step is to add our tens. So over on branching, I have 10 plus 50 plus 30. Remember, I like to think about this sometimes as 1 10 plus 5 tens plus 3 tens. 1 plus 5 plus 3, that equals 9 tens or 90. Now let's come back over here, and now I'm ignoring my ones and I'm just adding my tens. So I have 5 tens plus 3 tens. 5 plus 3 is 8. So 5 tens plus 3 tens equals 80. Notice I wrote it right underneath my ones. Now I need to combine my ones and my tens together. So I have 15 plus 80. 15 plus 80 equals 95. Let's check over here. My expanded form, I have 90 plus my 5 ones, 95. So 56 plus 39 equals 95. For this last example, I am going to draw on my screen so that you can see it better exactly how it would look on your paper. So when I'm doing 17 plus 66, again, I'm going to do both ways, branching and right to left. And if you want to join in on me on this one, you can, or if you want to just watch today, you can also do that. Tomorrow, you're going to have a lot more practice where you're actually doing it. So for 17 plus 66 for branching, I'm going to go ahead and write my first addend. So my 17, I break it down between my 110, which is 10, and my 7 ones. And then my second addend, 66, I'm going to break that up between my 6 tens, which is 60, and my 6 ones. So over here from right to left, let's go ahead and set up our problem. We have 17 plus 66. All right, let's come back and let's, on branching, add our ones. I have 7 plus 6. What would 7 plus 6 be? 7 plus 6 equals 13. All right, so same way that we've been doing it, can I have 13 ones? I can't. So I'm going to circle my 110 and I'm going to bring it over to my tens. And I like to write my plus 10 so I don't forget to add that in while I'm regrouping. So let's come over and let's do that step from right to left. So I'm adding 7 plus 6. And we just said 7 plus 6 equals what? Equals 13. So I'm going to keep my ones lined up in my ones column and my tens lined up in my tens column. Now let's come back over to branching. I have 10 plus 60. What would it be? 10 plus 10 plus 60. I'm going to grab my 60 and count up by 10. So 60, 70, 80. Okay, let's come back over to our right to left. Now I'm just looking at my tens column, so I'm just adding these two numbers together. 1 plus 6, or 10 plus 60. 10 plus 60 is 70. All right, now I need to combine my ones together and my tens together. So 70 plus 13 is 83. Let's come over and check it over here. I have my 80 plus my 3. I got the same answer, so 17 plus 66 is equal to 83. Your independent practice today is called Double Trouble. So this is going to be another fact practice game. And today you are going to be practicing doubles facts. So you have both an instruction page and a game board. And if you picked up the supplemental worksheet packet, this will be in it. But what you're going to need is you're going to need the game board. You're going to need 10 counters of the same color for each player. So this could be maybe somebody's pennies, somebody's dimes. Maybe if you have cereal, somebody's one cereal and another cereal, or kind of whatever you can find around the house. And then you'll also need a dice. Now remember, I showed you can find a dice online if you don't have one at your house. So what you're going to do is you're going to put both of your game pieces on start. And then you're going to collect your 10 counters and decide who's going to roll first. You roll the die and move your marker. So if I roll a 5, I'm going to move forward 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I would land on 3 plus 3. Answer the equation if you land on it. So 3 plus 3. If you are correct, put a counter over the answer on the middle of the game board. So what is 3 plus 3? I know 3 plus 3 is 6, so I would put my counter over 6. Now it's the next person's turn. They're going to roll and they're going to answer, and then they'll put their piece on whatever answer they have. So to find the winner, you will need to add up your points, and 1 point is given for placing a counter on a white oval, and then 2 points are given for the green oval. So you can keep playing and then see who gets the most points.